Okay, so we're gonna start right now. So basically, this all started about a year ago. I turned 18 and I decided, you know what, time to apply for my first job. So I go on LinkedIn and I put in my filters. I decided to go for entry level retail, part time, past months, and make it all within 5 miles. Keeping it close to home, easy for a high schooler or first year college student to get a job. But then when I actually put in the search history, it showed me only 3 jobs. They were all the same job. And that really bothered me, because it only showed 3 of the same jobs. I was expecting a little bit more of like an abundance of jobs for first timers, part times, because most stores do that. So I decided to scroll down a little bit, because had an extra step. And it showed me that if I wanted to find more jobs, I had to expand my distance to 50 miles, get out of Chicago and go to Illinois, expand the date, basically remove all my filters, the things that I'm looking into as a first time applicant. And for me that was very daunting and inconvenient, because it's just the fact that I was going through all this through a website that promised me to help me find my first job or help me find the job best suited for me, telling me to get rid of the things that I need to make me as successful as possible. Next slide, please. So to me, this was an overlooked problem, and the way that I looked at it was that most young minorities sometimes don't get the opportunity to work at a young age. They go in without the experience needed. And this graph basically shows that most minorities go into labor and service workers. They make up more than half of it and they stay at that. But when you look at the senior level and mid-level managers, that's predominantly the white population. And the way that really bothered me was the fact that most young minorities don't get the training they deserve or don't get the training they need to be more successful. So they get stuck with the same job. And that's something that really bothered us. Next slide.
Yeah, so when I first saw my brother's results, I found it kind of funny how such like a renowned job finding app like gave him such little results. But then I soon realized that this is the same thing I was gonna go through in a couple of years or in a year or two, when I was gonna feel the same frustration of having to not to sacrifice what I need in order to get my first job. And so when we are given the opportunity to build an app and create a solution, we didn't hesitate and we developed EZPZ Job Finder. Hello everyone, my name is Juan Renteria. I'm a senior planning to major in mechanical engineering and minor in bioengineering and computer science.
I'm Jesus Renteria. I'm a first year at the University of Chicago, majoring in computer science and planning to major in mechanical engineering as well.
Hi, I'm Isabella Inigas. I plan to major in computer science and I'm currently a high school senior.
So EZPZ is a hub that provides local employment to young minorities who are looking to apply to their first job. In order to make these opportunities more accessible to our users, we want to ensure that these jobs are in a local area, which are highlighted on the map to the right. And when when giving out these entry level jobs, we want to ensure that we don't perpetuate the trend that we saw in the graph before, where a majority of the minorities worked as laborers or service workers. And so we also want to give easier access to programs that could help these young minorities build skills and get exposed to different career paths. And we know that knowing our users and their needs is very important, but we also realize that partners are just as critical. And so our first partner are nonprofit or organizations like After School Matters and Nala Planetarium, local organizations in Chicago. They provide the programs and internships that allow our users to explore the different interests or build their skills in a career that they already know they want to pursue. And we believe that we will be able to benefit both the users and the employers the most if we decide to target local businesses who are seeking to expand. And so, as you said before, local job opportunities are more accessible to our users in the southwest side of Chicago, and and most local job opportunities are are entry level, which will make it a smoother transition for these first time applicants. And then for our businesses, initially we were thinking of just local businesses, but after talking to to a local bakery in our area, Durango's Bakery, we learned that they need help to that they need help getting resources that will help them expand and grow the business further. And so by partnering up with us, they will get the advertisement and they'll get the workforce needed to expand to two different areas of the neighborhood.
So why EZPZ? Well, we are user-centric, meaning that we're not competitive with other job finder apps because we're focusing our particular target audience being the youth minorities in Chicago. So these minorities, these youth minorities want jobs that are low level, that require that much experience and are not that professional because that's at their level to achieve right now. We also we also have realistic goals for success because we're starting small to build a stronger foundation. By focusing on the 4 neighborhoods from before, we provide these minorities in these neighborhoods with these opportunities we provide in our app. So by acting as a hub, we are not just a job finding app, meaning that which can allow us to expand to other regions of Chicago because we can act as a hub for many different resources that would allow youth to explore different interests and prepare for their future career paths. However, before expanding, we want to make sure that the partnerships we make and in these areas that we started in are successful. Next slide. And we would do this using our 6-month plan. Beginning with the first 2 months, we want to improve our user interface within the app because we're still currently in version 1.0. We could still improve many things in how our app works in minor ways. That way we can attract more users by looking more clean and professional. By 4 months, with a now more professional looking app, we can begin networking and communicating with other organizations and businesses. And by 6 months, we want to have about 3 partners within the 4 neighborhood range that we could start create partnerships with. That way it could be most beneficial to both them and for our users of EZPZ.
Yeah, now that we showed that, we wanted to demo our app. And so we could run this again. So this is that's code. As we said before, we do want to improve the user interface because we recently changed. So this is the first screen you see, and right now at the moment you don't need to sign in or anything like that. You just need to press continue. And so here, like there's a list of all the job opportunities. And here, if you click the map, you actually see like a cluster of them. Since most of them are local, like they're like very close to each other, and so we believe that clustering up like this will make it look neater on the map. And so we could click this one, and it shows. If you click any of the clusters, you see that it's like another list within those clusters, and so you could click it here, and it'll show you where it is. At the moment, it shows the store and then like the actual position that's open. But I think in this map we're hoping to add the actual location just to have it like for you to know like where it is, and it also shows up the user's location. Like this is the blue orb. That's my location, and I could like know where it is relative to myself. And then if here on the same list, if you click on this slide, on this cell, that you see that is like the name, and this is kind of like the basic information. On the description, we decided to not add too much because if you click the apply now button, we're using an API that will allow like our users to. So here you see like this all the same information, and so we didn't want to reiterate all the information because we believe that by doing that the user won't read what is necessary for what is important for them to know about the job position. And then on this page, this is the programs and volunteering, and so these are different programs, and if you click each one you see the information like the application period. First one, like for example after school matters, it's like it's a spring program, and then these other programs will come up as the time goes by. That's all for our presentation. If anyone has any questions.
Yeah, so I love the presentation. I love the way that the design works, the idea, and thank you so much for sharing your story with it. It really resonates with me personally. So one of the questions, and I'm not sure if you can correct me if you mentioned this, was that this was for 15 to 20-year-olds in your presentation, from what I recall. So yes, so would this when it comes to finding the jobs, would it be more so looking for like full-time employment, part-time employment, or do you have more so of a focus towards, like, say, for example, internships? Because I know in that age range, internships is something that is a way for individuals to go into like an area that, is different from like retail or things of that nature, but also a way for them to be part-time. So I guess my question is, are you focusing on like full-time employment, internships, or part-time employment when it comes to what you provide?
Yeah, so we were focusing on part time just because like since our age rate is 15 to 20, we know that our users are going to be in school most likely, and so we
Mhm.
want to having that part time. I think most businesses in these local areas are leaning more towards part time, and so like that will allow for a more like flexible schedule as well, like doing it working on just weekends or something that will allow them to focus on school while making money for whatever they need it for.
Yeah, it sounds good. I mean, I would also, if you guys are open to it, I think, when I think of me going back into high school, it'd be really great to have opportunities such as internships as well, if you guys are open to pursuing that. So I think that would be a great addition if you're open to that, but great presentation either way. Good job, guys.
Yeah, thank you. The yeah, like we're hoping to focus more on internships once we like partner up with other corporations or business or organizations around Chicago, and we'll definitely implement that more.
1.0 is going to be released when? One?
We're hoping to do it within this week. The only issue is like, well, the only problem is like the whole submission process, but we're just starting it. It's not even that much of an issue. Just
Gotcha.
you got to do. But yeah, within the week, we're hoping to get it out.
Awesome.